Hello guys, today I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of my impact drivers. I have both of these impact drivers. They're both Milwaukee's. This one is the brushless Milwaukee. I think this is the mid-range, and this is the top of the line one. They're both running 2 amp hour batteries, and I've always wondered what would be the difference between these two. I mean, I'm a homeowner. I don't do this for a living, but is this good enough? Whereas this might be a bit too much. The benefit to this is that it's got the extra levels where you can do the screws and take your time. So just wanted to run a couple of screws in, do a couple of spade bit holes, see if this can keep up with this. And obviously this is not going to be as fast or as strong, but I haven't had an issue with this. And apparently with these, there's a problem with the collet here. Now I've checked on mine. There are two balls instead of the one in here. So this one is the upgraded version. So I shouldn't have any problems with this collet. But we'll see. And I like the different levels, right? This one doesn't have it. Although I've seen one with a switch here. I don't know where they got that. The person that I saw had a switch, and I don't know if that was maybe the first production model. But this is the one I got in the store. Now they're both running 2 amp hour batteries. And let's just see if this does what it's supposed to do. You can take your time. And you saw that it didn't really kick in into impacting until the very end. So see what the difference is. Now this is fast enough. So I'm wondering how fast this sucker is. I'm gonna run it in speed 3. You know what? Let's just start with speed 1. See how that goes. I mean, this sucker does it in speed 1, and that's in speed 1 with a 2 amp hour battery. Speed 2. Wow. Speed 3. Now that sunk that in all the way, so I don't know. Wow. Let's do that one more time. It's just a bit too much power, I think, for screws this size. You got no control. I mean, with this, the control is in your finger. With this, you have the extra options of the levels. And I can always run it in speed 2, I guess. Now this one, you have to pull the collet to push it in. Now, there isn't much of a difference when it comes to screws. I mean, these are 3-inch screws. There isn't much of a difference when it comes to that. I can get along doing work with this, especially for what I do. Now, when it comes to, this is a 7/8 inch spade bit. Let's see if I got enough room in here. It's okay. I'll just go up to the blue line. See? We'll go with this one first. Sorry about the sun, guys. trying to hide away from the sun to do this, but all right. That was no problem. I didn't think it would have a problem. And like I said, these are all running 2 amp hour batteries, so speed 3. Now, I can feel the different power in that. The power is there. How much difference and how big of a spade bit do you have to get to see the actual difference between this and that? Alright, I'm going to try with a 1-inch. Again, you gotta one-inch spade bit. Not a problem. With the fuel, I like that. I mean, it's a little thing, and I don't really care, but it's good to have. Now I wonder, maybe that's the reason the first generation of this, the one with only the 1 ball bearing, had the issue because it was hands-free. Because this only has 1 ball bearing, and I've never had an issue with this, and I've had this longer. So, and it's not like I use this every day. So I use this when I need to do something. So maybe in time it might start showing some signs, but up to now I haven't had an issue with it. To be honest, guys, I mean, this is a 1-inch spade bit. This is the biggest I have at this point. I don't see much of a difference. It might be a few seconds faster, but for a guy who's working at home, do you really need that? Now, maybe things might be different when it comes to the lags. We'll see. I mean, these are 4-inch lags. Maybe we'll see what the difference is, right? And as you can see, this works. And it works good. So always, guys, when you're using impact drivers, and especially with sockets, or any kind of thing that goes into an impact driver, make sure it's impact rated. Now I should be wearing glasses, but I have no idea what I did with mine. So we're going to run these two, one with this and one with that. Now obviously I think the fuel is going to be faster, but the point here is how much of a difference. So we'll go with the brushless, non-fuel, 2 amp hour battery. It's fully charged. I don't know if you can see that, but it is fully charged. So here we go. So, I mean, no problem. The fuel, speed 3. It has 3 bars. This was fully charged. It might just be down a little bit, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Now with the fuel, a couple of seconds faster. The point is here, guys, that the difference is not night and day. If you have to have the best, you get this. If you just at home, and I mean, contractors could use this. I don't see a problem. I mean, they're both still cool. I mean, they haven't done much work, but I'm happy with this. I'm not going to return this. I don't like returning tools. If I buy something, I keep it. I don't use something and then return it. Somebody else is going to get it after me. I'm not that type of person. So I am going to keep this now. And I like them both. I have to say. Now, I know this, you're not supposed to do this with these, but they will remove lug nuts. I do have an impact wrench, but once in a while, my impact wrench doesn't really get lug nuts up, especially when I go to a tire store. Those guys really put those on tight. But I've seen this thing remove really tight lug nuts. I haven't tried that. Maybe I'll try it with both. And if I do, I will record it. So let's see how it brings it out. Now, if this can remove lug nuts that are stuck, I mean, I won't be using it to take all of them off, but maybe just the stuck ones. There's a place for it, for me at least. I mean, I'm sure contractors would rather have this over this, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. And this thing is perfect, perfect. No problem. I can feel the difference in power when it comes to that. I don't know about the times, but it felt like I had tons more power. Not that this lacks any for what it is. It's done a good job. I mean, they're both running 2 amps, and I'm sure if you put a bigger battery on this, like a 4 amp hour, 5 amp hour, you could, I don't know if they make a 4 in Milwaukee. I know they have a 5. Put a 5 amp hour, you could work all day putting up a deck, doing whatever you need to do. Same with this. Now, I don't like running big batteries on impact drivers. I mean, that's the whole point of an impact driver, is for it to be light. I do have bigger batteries, and guys, I'm a homeowner. I don't do this for a living, so I went on Amazon. I bought some knockoff batteries for these. These are both Milwaukee batteries, but I have knockoff ones. And for what I use it for, they work just fine. I went to buy a 5 amp hour Milwaukee battery, and here in Canada, they're ridiculous. It's just too expensive for batteries. It's a bunch of 18650 cells. They charge an arm and a leg for them. So I went on Amazon. The one I got had pretty good reviews. Now, I don't know if they're real or not, but it works just fine. And I've had that for a few months, using it on this. Haven't had an issue, and I've cycled that through a few times. So I mean, I don't know if there is much of a difference, but here they are. You make up your mind. This is a lot cheaper than this, and it does 90% of what this does. Now this thing has the different, you know, speeds, but and it does have an auto. Let's try the auto, see what that does. Let's put it in auto. Nothing in forward, at least. Try that one more time. That's another thing with this. I don't know if you saw that on camera. When you pull the trigger, once in a while, nothing happens. Now, I've seen other people have this issue. Brand new. This is a week or two old. You pull the trigger and nothing. And then you release it, it goes back to working. But is that supposed to happen on a brand new tool? I mean, Milwaukee, you pay for this tool, so to have a faulty trigger like that, it's not good. Never had that issue with this. Again, never had a collet issue with this. So this one seems to run perfect in every way. This, like I said, that does bother me, and right now might be okay, but in a year or two, I guess there's always the warranty, but who wants to go through that, right? Well, that's it, guys. I hope this helps you out. It's not much of a review, but it is what I can do, and this is what I use these for, just running screws, and this works just fine for that. Appreciate you coming over, and if you have any comments, let me know. I mean, this is one of my newest, I'm doing this for the very first time with tools, so if you think I should change something, let me know. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.